we are. Oops, and my camera isn't. I knew I forgot something. There we go. Hi, everybody. Kara Sophia here. And I'm here with this great batch of peeps who are playing Dungeons and Dragons with me. So let's start. And we're doing this in partnership with Dirty 20 Gaming. And I have D20G. Aha! Yay! I have commands. Alrighty. So let's get started with who our peeps are. Amradorn, you want to start us off? Just say hi. you don't.
Hi.
You don't have to give a big speech. You can if you want to, but
I don't really have a speech.
okay. And we have Amy.
Hello.
And we have Enigma, and we have a creeper hiss. Why do we have a creeper hiss?
Was not me this time.
That was not me either.
How do we have a creeper hiss? Anyways, we have.
No idea why we have a paper hiss.
I don't know why I was hearing a creeper hiss. Okay, we have Enigma.
Hello.
We have all sorts of great sounds going on. And we have Tom.
Hello there.
And we have Deku. Oops, I can't spell Deku. There we go. Yay!
Hello.
Alrighty, so we're at level 4 now. All these quacks!
We're really gonna go quackers tonight.
I guess, yeah. Alright, so we're at level 4 now, which means that we we've had our first time when we actually get to level up some of our stats or a feat or something like that. Last session, we're starting to really get a good feel for it. So we're going to just sort of let's play tonight. So when we last left off, let me move us to the village of Erasnu, and I got a different map, I mean, it's the same map, but it's got more things labeled. There we go. And there's no dynamic lighting on it. You all can see it, right?
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually remembered something. Alrighty. So, when we last left off, we had gone back out into the wilds to try and get Alina Vaduva. I always forget the last names. And we
Last name.
rescued her. Isn't we going to cast Detect Thoughts on Mary? Maybe. And we went out. We actually found her. She is alive and well and werewolfy. And we let her go. She promised never, 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 never to come back into the village. And so she went off with her pack. Huh?
That definitely won't backfire.
Oh, no, of course not.
Werewolves are notorious for keeping their promises.
I need to put you guys a little louder. Yes, of course, werewolves are very trustworthy. Why wouldn't they be? And we've made our way back now. Did anything else momentous happen? I don't know. We're headed back into it. We're just heading back into Erasnu now, and we're going to go see if we can find the puppy, which we now know for certain is Alina's child. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And meanwhile, we had other things going on, like we had rumors around town, and we've been asked to kind of check out the shady merchant at the Eyes of Midnight because his stuff doesn't seem legit, and the burgomaster is taxing people out, and so all the wealth is ending up there, and there's probably some artifact thing somewhere in the village, and yeah, all sorts of fun stuff going on. This is a lively little town. Okay, so we were just coming back, and as I recall, let's see, we spent the night in the wolf's den and headed back. So it is early afternoon now-ish, maybe, or late mid-afternoon.
Well, it was 4 to 5 hours from town to the hunter's camp. And I
Yeah.
don't think you said how far away it was from the camp to the foothills where we found the.
Okay, so it's about
Yeah.
it's about mid-afternoon then, because you guys spent the night at the Wolf's Den and then came
Yeah.
back. And it was pretty easy going coming back because there wasn't new snow, and the trail was very well seen. You guys did have something. You guys found the wagon in the tree
Yeah.
on the way
Uh, bef-
out.
And one of
And-
us has a tambourine.
I was about to ask somebody take the thing that was in it.
Yeah, that would have been me.
Yes, I have that. Enigma has the tambourine. Yes.
Yeah, and before we found the wagon in the tree, we saw some wolf prints supposedly, like hopping through the snow.
Mhm.
Um, I believe what you said then with Mirek's natural 20 survival was that it was larger than a typical dog.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
I
about
kind of
yay
wrote
big.
that off in my mind as being bigger than a puppy. So
Yes.
that's why I didn't want to
Yes.
investigate it.
Yes, it was much bigger than a puppy. Hey, Shirkana. All right.
So, we also huh?
That came from Amy's.
I'm echoing again.
Sorry, I'm moving a tab and it was a YouTube tab and it started playing.
Okay.
Oops.
It was impulse.
What was I saying? Oh, bloodhawks. We saw a pair of bloodhawks in a nest on the way back to town.
Yes.
We chose to leave them be because they were nesting. So who knows what they have to protect?
Yes. And they have a reputation for being very vicious.
Yeah, ferocious and fearless, I think was Enigma's
Yes.
history check, which
Yes.
is the Bloodhawk's heraldic significance.
Mhm. I love having players that take notes
Or watch VODs.
or watch VODs. Yes, that too, and comment on VODs. So if you watch the VODs, please comment. If you're watching here, please comment. Please engage in the chat. All right, so it is. I mean, the days are kind of shortish here with winter. So it's mid-afternoon or so. The sun is definitely headed down. Good heavens! I was fine this morning. I don't know why I'm coughing now. Anyways, so we are coming back down into the village. So where would you like to go first?
I think last session I said Merlin wanted to go to the house where the pup was first found to see if it went back to track down its mom again. But I think
Yes.
on the walk there, he would have changed his mind to go with Enigma to check where Grigori had it tied up.
Okay.
Because the thought that there is demand for young wolf pups, and Grigori has more or less said there's a quote unquote market
Mhm.
for wolf pups.
Mhm. When
So
they're young enough to train,
it occurs to him that there's a shady dealer in town. The fact that the pup would have been stolen cannot be ignored. It's a possibility.
Okay. So, good heavens, cat! What? No, I can't do whatever it is you want me to do right now. I know. I'm denying the cat.
Oh,
Oh no.
Crimes to Karis,
Ah!
1,000 years.
I know. I know. I know. Especially since this cat is bugging me. Okay, so that was at, he had tied it up. So Grigori had fetched the pup and had tied it up at his place, and he was kind of thinking to keep the pup. So it's tied up back here at the Hare and Hare. So we're headed to the Hare and Hare. And I had, what did I do with our party marker? Oh, come on. We have a will-o'-the-wisp somewhere. Oh, no. Aha! Will-o'-the-wisp. Okay. It didn't show up. Come on. There we go. All right. So you're coming down from the hillside, coming into the village, and coming over by to the Hare and Hare with our friend Grigori. Yes. Are you actually going to go in?
Yeah, we have to. We found a journal in a pack in Alina's cave,
Yes.
so we should probably go give that to Grigori.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Worth gauging his reaction to the werewolf news. See if the town knew about it.
Okay. All right. So as you come up, you go on in. Grigori's not immediately to be seen.
I guess all out for him.
Oh, do you hear some thump, thump, thump? Is going Ah, you're back! You're back! Excellent! I'm starting to get a little worried anytime anyone goes out into the wilds for fear that they might never come back. So what news? What news? Did you find the fate of Alina?
Yes, we did. And
Oh, that sounds like
I
it's bad
think
news.
Adric had the pack with the journal in it. He was the one that found it first.
Um, yeah, I don't show it in my inventory, but that's cool. I will hand him the journal and tell him that she's alive.
Okay, so if she's alive, why do you look so down? There's something wrong here.
The journal will explain.
The journal will is the why? What journal? This is Alina's journal. Why do you have Alina's journal?
I hand it to him.
Oh, okay. Are you wanting me to read it right now, or give me the bottom line. Give me the TLDR.
I don't think she's coming back to the village.
Oh.
She's a werewolf. The puppy you found was hers, and
What?
She killed her husband. So
What?
Yeah,
I don't
just rip
think you
that
want
bandage
her
off.
around.
You're spinning a tale for me here, aren't you?
what it says in the journal?
You did ask for the TLDR. You can't complain that you're missing context.
He likes long
Oh,
walks in the
also-
woods.
Also, he tried to kill her first, but yeah,
Ah.
because the baby was, a puppy.
And he kind
Just
of
happened to be a
sits.
dog.
He kind of sits down hard and misses the chair he was aiming for, and ends up kind of on the floor with a jolt. And he is clearly shocked, speechless.
So you didn't know she was a werewolf.
No. Oh, are you
Apparently you did.
sure? Oh, thank you. Yes. Thank, um. No,
I'd say we're as sure as we can be. That was a lot of fur.
Okay. Um. I. What was Laszlo a werewolf too?
Judging by the fact that he went after her with a silver dagger, probably not.
Oh. and she's not coming back, which, oh man, if word of this got out around, there's no way she'd be able to come back. She'd be lynched on sight, I'm sure. Oh my.
Have werewolves been a problem in this town before?
No. I don't think so.
Doesn't sound sure.
Well, I mean, I don't know of anybody else who's a werewolf. It's a really dark thought in his head and wonders to himself if any of the furs we brought back. Oh, that's a pretty dark thought. Yes, Adric.
Wow.
Okay, let's ping the content warning again here.
But let's be
Yeah.
honest, humans keeping secrets, no one's surprised.
Yeah.
That fur was the butcher, that one was the baker, and that one's the candlestick maker.
Yeah. Okay.
In any case, I feel like we should find the pup. Even though Alina abandoned him in this town, she has said that she was worried about her son going missing. And she said she would not be able to control herself. She would not be able to keep her promise to avoid the town if she was worried enough.
That's a good point. Okay, who are we detecting thoughts on, Enigma?
I was gonna say the guy that couldn't get in his chair. He has to know something.
Oh, I'm glad you're not reading Adric's thoughts.
No, I'm staying far away from that one. I'm gonna stay far, far away.
All right, so you're
I'm
starting
pretending
off
we'll
with
have
the
on
so the surface level thoughts are like practically non-existent. He's so shocked, and as Merlin says that about the kid, it's like, oh, yeah, if that's a werewolf pup. Yeah, where is, let's see, it was tied up and he's getting up and it's like, oh my, I hope nobody ever finds out that I was thinking of keeping it as a pet. Oh my, I hope nobody finds out. It's like, I would never hear it out if I was keeping a werewolf as a pet. I would never live it. They'd run me out of town, and so he's worried about that.
She was very clear. It wasn't going to be able to transform. It was just a wolf.
Okay.
Still has werewolf blood
Which
in
sounds
him.
really weird to think about. That just a woman giving birth to a wolf.
But if puppies play, and if they nip somebody, would they turn into a werewolf? I don't quite know how this works.
That's a really
Look
good
at the-
question.
It really is.
In any case,
Back
that
at
pup's
the
not safe to have around.
battle,
Huh?
end of the battle. Back at the end of the battle, before we kind of parted ways with Alina, she said, as Merlin was walking away from her, going by the direwolf thing, she said he was just a wolf, which is why I got confused as to which wolf she was talking about. That's why I didn't realize she was talking about her pup and not the direwolf friend that she brought along.
She was talking about the direwolf because she didn't want you guys to kill him.
Ew. So, what does that mean about the pup?
I don't know,
I
but
guess-
we better find that pup.
Yes, we should.
All right. So traipsing through, out to the back door by the back porch. It's like I had it tied up right at him. I guess I had him tied up right here, on this thing. After he got away, I took the rope off the porch.
I guess it would be investigation to see if the rope was cut or not.
Oh, so I need to get you the rope. Let's see, where did I put that? It was a used rope. I think I put it right over here, just inside the door, amongst a bunch of, a box of stuff. And here's the rope. And so one end is I mean it's a reasonably long rope. One end is clearly cut. One end is clearly not. It's all frayed and stuff. Oh, actually, because he has the two pieces, right? No, he doesn't have the two pieces because the other piece went away with the pup. You can do a history check because this would be something unless you have direct experience with werewolves, Adric.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't, and with a 7, I don't think you've ever. You might have read some fairy tales about werewolves, but nothing that would be specific enough to answer the question.
Okay.
So, yeah, looking at this Merlin, it looks pretty chewed.
So the cut end was
The tied up,
not
the end tied on the railing.
okay. So the pup did run away on his own.
Well, good to know that we don't have a werewolf sympathizer in town.
Mm.
Wow.
Aside
Would
from the
Ad-
werewolf.
I mean,
would
it,
Adric have? Never mind. Go ahead.
like there is one known werewolf,
Oh God.
or one werewolf that we know about, and one person knew about her. Just because nobody deliberately freed the wolf pup doesn't mean there's no more sympathizers.
That is also true.
I think we can be pretty confident that Gregory. Enigma, on that spell, did you just stay at the surface level or did you then go deeper, probe deeper in?
I'm probably going to get probe deeper because there has to be. How long has that person been working with them? They have to know more than just be acquaintance.
Okay, so yeah, he'd been working in partnership with the Viduvas for what was it? Years, several years at least. So you are going to probe deeper, which means he gets a wisdom save, and I think he's a commoner. So let's see. Yeah, it doesn't matter what his modifier is. His modifier is not going to be 9. So, all right. So you are able to dig deep in. Let's see here. Target knows you're probing into his mind, and unless you shift your attention to it, can use his action to try and make an intelligence check to block you. All right. You gain insight into its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, something that the row loves and hates. All right, and you're particularly looking for what he knows about the hunters.
The hunters and the werewolves. Or do I need to pick one?
Well, you can go search around there. Let's see. What does as you're searching through, because this is stuff that is kind of heavy in mind. You're just getting that he is wondering if if that explains the wolf sightings around here, if they're actually wolves or if they've been werewolves, and he's kind of frightened. It's like if Alina, that nice lady, was a werewolf, I mean, who else could be? So he clearly didn't know about that, and it's like they just seemed like a nice, normal couple.
I think
That
we're
occasionally
inciting a
went out
riot.
to do.
We're inciting a riot. What was that, Deku?
A nice couple that occasionally went out into the wilds for long periods of time.
Well, they were hunting I mean, they brought back good quality furs. They were very good. They were very good at the hunting and fur trapping and trading.
Yeah, but what I'm as a player alluding to is nice convenient wilderness to hide transforming life.
Mhm. This is true. It was very convenient for her. This was a way she could help keep it hidden. Yes.
Guess the question now becomes how do we track down a wolf pup that's had days to get away?
And I think somebody also asked if it went away, if it got away before. It got away during the blizzard. Because it got away
The
during the
only
early
idea
onset of
Merlin
the blizzard. I'm sorry, go ahead, please, Deku.
the only idea Merlin has is to go out into the woods not far from town and howl like a wolf, hoping to make the pup howl in response. Because he does have Kenku mimicry. Get my sheet really quick.
This is true.
Mimicry.
Yep. And you've heard wolves howling. You probably heard the pup yipping the first night you were there. All right, so you guys are gonna head out because the puppy would have probably gone to the nearest woods, which are basically right there.
Yeah, he would tell everybody that was what he was planning to do.
Okay.
The whole town or just the party?
The party and Grigori, that way he could somebody could spread the word that please don't kill me. I'm just trying to find something.
Don't mistake me for a werewolf.
Yeah.
Yes. One would assume the beak would be a dead giveaway, however, sometimes fear does strange things to people.
This is true. This is true. Okay, so you are going to go out, and while Merlin is doing this, what is the rest of the group doing?
Adric interested in checking out the mayor's house? Or Burgermeister, whatever?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So are you going to do that? Are you going to go over and do that while um, Merlin is looking for the pup?
And if Adric's interested, might as well have two players over there, but if we're going with
Okay.
Mirror
Yeah.
would definitely follow along.
I'm interested, but I don't think anybody should go by themselves.
Yeah.
Merlin.
Yeah, I'll follow
Takeaway
Merlin.
Boys. Merrick.
Splitting the
Alrighty.
party.
All right. So the people to our Sigil. So the people who are going over to the Burgomeisters, head over. Put your tokens over here by Sigils, and those who are going to go with Merlin, put your tokens down here with Merlin.
There.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Merlin and Enigma. All right, so Enigma, you're keeping watch to make sure that nobody comes out to shoot or attack Merlin, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Merlin, you're out in the woods. You're doing your mimicry and making the sounds. How are you trying to sound? Which sounds are you mimicking?
Definitely a wolf howl. Probably something that sounds like, where are you? Or come here.
Okay.
Just something to get the wolf any pups to howl, because they do sound different from a full-grown wolf.
Yes. Much shorter vocal cords for one thing. Okay. So you are out there, and none of my sound stuff is working, so I can't even do howls.
You could try to mimic Elena's howls.
But did I get enough of those? As we only saw her during the fight.
Yeah, fear and
wasn't
aggression is well, I mean, it's up to Merlin what he wants to try.
Yeah, let's just throwing a thought out there.
Yeah, I thought about that, but like I don't think
It could also be wounded streams. As if you're in pain, needing help. I don't know if a pup would be
Narcos.
interested in helping, but
yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. So you're
The
going
goal
out for
here
the
was
calling and come here type of sounds.
just something to make the wolf pup make a noise.
Okay.
So
So
that would be a deception check at advantage on my part.
yes. Oh dear.
Oh goddamn it!
You aren't
that's why I chose
satisfied.
luck.
You can hear it. You aren't satisfied. You think, okay, cover, and you try again. Oh, no, that's not. Oh, and you start doubting yourself, and it's Enigma. You can see that Merlin, he's getting pretty darn frustrated.
Oh, you can do this.
Thank you, Enigma. I guess the camera pans to the other half of the party.
All right, we can do that. All right, Sigil in the lead as the three of you march up. As you come up to the burgomaster's residence, which is by far the nicest place here in the village, as you come up, there are three. Uh, the building is stout and sturdy looking, and it's crafted mostly from looks like brick and some maybe petrified timbers, hard to say. There's kind of a low shingled roof that hangs out over the front door, which creates kind of a small little shelter area where you've got two armed men kind of standing guard there under the eaves.
There's a couple of guards out front, right?
Mhm.
Sigil will go up and say, so I hear there's a work for muscle around here. Don't know where that voice
Go
came
away and come back when the burgomaster is in residence.
from. Any idea when that'll be?
His nibs doesn't tell us when he comes and goes. He just comes and goes. Or goes and comes, if you take my meaning.
Yeah, that sounds about right for that type. Oryx people always think they're so much better than us. But their coin spends just as well in our pockets.
And better than most when they actually pay. You know how though they get out of paying as much as they can.
Yeah. Know that one all too well.
And the other one is sort of stamping his feet. And besides, you have to stand out here in the cold. There's got to be better ways to do this. And taking a second look at them, they do look pretty miserable.
Yeah, maybe I'll find work somewhere else then.
Maybe some coin to persuade them.
Do you pull some out to offer it?
In a sort of wink wink, nod nod. You know, if it's that miserable out here, you know, we could just open the door, go in, get some warmth.
We'd be fired if his nibs found out. Are you actually offering some? And if so, what is it that they can see?
I'd probably have like a couple gold pieces, 2 or 3.
Do
Just
you
to get some warmth. Nothing.
do you flash them at them?
No, they're just like in my hand, you know,
Uh-huh.
suggestively offering.
Uh-huh.
Suggestively clinking in your hand.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Give me a persuasion check with that.
Ooh.
Ooh. Let's see. I need to find. Where am I? Here we go. Contested by their insight. One of the guards very much sort of has his hand kind of out next to him as he's very much looking another direction.
I guess we've been granted passage.
Do you put coins into his hand?
I do hand them collectively 3 coins if they let us pass.
What kind of coins do you actually hand them?
I only have 8 gold coins, so I hand them 3 gold coins.
Oh, so you actually give gold coins. Okay, so he's not looking, but he can feel. Says, yeah, you know, it's awfully cold out here. We really ought to go. Let's get ourselves a little bit warm. I mean, his nibs isn't here. His nibs isn't going to know the difference.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
go warm yourself at the tavern.
Huh?
Go warm yourself in the tavern. It's good ale does wonders for the cold.
Well, you know, we've got a couple of buddies around over there doing the guarding the cellar door. You know, they might take it on themselves to patrol. And he's rubbing his fingers together a little bit.
Edric will toss in a couple of coins.
Do we need more
She'll make a
persuasion?
show of patting her pockets and not finding anything.
Yeah, Edric will hand over 2 gold coins.
Yeah, I think, you know, half hour to warm our bones and get some grog in us. That'd be really good. What do you think? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go get that lot around too. One of them goes around the side and comes back with 2 more of them. And they all give you kind of a tip of the hat and all that as they trundle down towards the 7 tables. Which, you know, conveniently enough, there were you know, he hands a gold piece to each of the others and doesn't mention the fact that there's still another gold piece that he kept. Okay, they just kind of swagger on down the road to go get themselves some warm up. You've got, yeah, maybe a half hour or so whilst they warm their bones. What are you going to do?
Well, if they were guarding both the main entrance and the cellar, maybe we should split up.
And about this time, you can hear a
guys-
really dreadful wolf howl that doesn't really sound anything like a wolf howl. It's like, is that supposed to be a wolf?
Where
Oh.
did the bird learn how to howl?
Is that a squawk?
Sounds like a raven trying to howl.
But Their guarding of the two entrances would
Mhm.
suggest that there's a reason for both the cellar and the main entrance to be guarded. So maybe you two go in the front, look around. I'll check the basement.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so put Merrick around one side. Okay. All right, so we shall start with the front door. Stop! Aren't you guys the cat? He's very insistent.
They always.
Meow.
All right, so yes, thank you, Amy.
Is it locked?
That's what I'm trying to find out. It must be, but okay. Yes, yes, it
It's
is locked.
hard.
Okay, I was gonna say it must be. Yes, it is actually locked.
I mean, Sigil could always use her thieves' tools, but it's probably better if Adric uses his.
Yeah.
Considering Sigil's is more of polearm shaped.
Yeah, not
A
quite
little more obvious.
discreet. Not quite discreet.
Yep. I will attempt to pick the lock.
Mhm. Give me thieves' tools with dexterity.
Let's see. That is just a dex roll with my proficiency bonus, I believe. So.
Probably yes.
Oh my.
Wow.
Oh,
I hate
I
to
think I
tell
just
you
broke my
this.
tool.
I think you just broke your tool. So there's a little bit of clinking there as Adric does it, and then sort of a snap, and Adric goes, oops.
Again?
Uh,
3 last week.
I'm a little rusty, okay? You know, I've been playing cards. Haven't picked locks in a while.
And your fingers are
Yeah.
cold.
Excuses.
Can I borrow your set?
Uh,
Hands you the pole arm.
Or would you like to try?
yeah. She'll reach into her backpack, pull out her crowbar.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. All right, well, while you're bringing out the crowbar, Mirek, you've gone around to the side. And
Indeed.
there's kind of I mean, it's covered up with snow, but you can see where the log that the two guards had been sitting on next to it, which you can pretty easily brush away a little bit of snow and see where the cellar door is at. And it is
Well,
locked.
then,
It's sort of one of those trapdoor thingies.
well, I'm definitely not the type to be successful in picking open a lock. So can I use my brute strength to pull open the door or the trapdoor?
Okay, checking it out pretty carefully. So it looks like it's barred with iron.
Well,
You can try.
it's
Go
not
ahead and
good.
give me. Okay. So you're gonna try and pull to open it.
Yes.
Give me an athletics check.
Look at that.
holy shit.
I don't even need the luck today.
Good lord. Okay, this says not impossible, but it also says it's a 25 DC, and you've got a 25 or so. And you just pull it out, and you can see where the bars are. It just pulls it out, and you've got a small open passageway.
You know,
All right,
just normal Tuesday.
just a normal Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. So you have managed to you've got kind of a go ahead inside. Let's see here. So as you climb down in, it's dry. There's a lot of dust here. Otherwise, it's pretty well kept. It's kind of dimly lit. There's some faint light coming in through the floorboards above, which, considering how well made the rest of the house is, that seems kind of like an odd place to cheap out, but whatever. There are a bunch of crates and boxes of various shapes and sizes uh, littering around the floor in sort of a semi-organized manner. So what are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna fix the semi-organized manner by
Ah,
making it very unorganized.
very unorganized. Okay.
Yeah, I'm rummaging through everything.
All right, give me an investigation check. As you sort past, there's a couple casks of ale, some bottles of wine of various ages and origins. Okay, let's see. So one of the things that kind of distracts you from looking too much further is some of the crates seem to be kind of in disarray, as if they were rummaged through recently. The lids are kind of askew, and some of the stuff inside sort of out a little bit. Even with an 8 on your investigation, you can still tell that. You
Well,
are
then I
able to
choose to
notice
go for
that
those first.
the crates are closed, but none of them seem to be sealed.
So I can just open them at will.
You can just open them at will.
Okay. Well, I would start investigating the recently opened boxes.
Okay.
See if there's any valuables,
Okay.
any weird items in there.
Okay. Let's go back to while Mirek is digging through the boxes and crates and things. Let's go back to the front door.
Uh-huh.
Adric and Sigil.
The comedy of errors.
So, Sigil, you've got your what? Good heavens, cat! You've got your crowbar out. Are you going to apply it to
I'm
the
assuming
hinges?
they're actually looking at this sheet. I'm assuming Adric's thieves tools are completely non-functional now, or
Well, one of them's broken off in the lock.
yeah,
I hope you're planning to use it on the door and not me.
she'll make a show of thinking about it. Maybe both. And like she'll go for the hinges with it.
The hinges are going to be inside.
Oh,
So you
right.
can't get to the hinges.
Well,
So you're going to get, put it in sort of like by where the lock is, by where the main handle or whatever is.
yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Go for attempt to pry it open. I assume with an athletics check.
Yes, it's enough.
I'll assist.
Okay, so
Yeah.
athletics check with advantage. 18. All right, with an 18, there's kind of a crack as it kind of opens. It does open. There's kind of an obvious crack right there.
Uh-oh. Oh, crack or trap?
Crack.
Okay.
Crack. Yeah, not a trap.
I heard trap.
There are a couple of Adric, as you've got that with the help on that, you kind of notice there are a couple of people walking by on the road past. And they kind of look a little curiously and then look away, and they just start speaking a little more loudly about, just going about their business, and they don't do anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah, there was something wrong with the door.
We're the repair crew.
Okay. So you're going to go in.
Yep.
So coming in, this room is warm and inviting, and actually it is it's decadent in here. The furniture's adorned with flourishes and rich, vibrant colors on the upholstery, and you can smell spices and well-oiled leather. I mean, it's just there's it's very well furnished. I mean, kind of simply. It's like, okay, there's supposed to be a couch here, so there's a couch here, but it's a very lavish couch, and it looks like, okay, there's supposed to be an end table here. Okay, there's an end table here, but it's a lavish end table. Just inside of the entryway, off onto the right, there's a hearth, a large hearth, which has a grandiose oil painting of a personage of importance, apparently male.
So, the first two places Sigel's like inclined to check are behind the painting and inside the fireplace.
Okay. While Sigel's looking behind the painting and inside the fireplace, what are you doing, Adric?
Well, after Sigil gets done looking at the painting, Adric will turn it around so it's facing the wall.
Okay.
Is there any sort of desk or anything in here?
Not really in here, no. Do you continue further in?
I will.
All right.
I'm looking for an office or a writing desk or something.
Okay, well, so further in, let's see. You do see like a bedroom with a canopy bed with overstuffed pillows and a footlogger at its base. Further, sort of off to the other side, there's a larder, dining area, and what looks like a liquor cabinet.
Definitely read that.
I went the wrong direction.
Yeah, you've got liquor down where you are. I said
Oh, that is true.
I
That
said
is true.
that. You had kegs of ale and bottles of wine. You've got the
I'm never
supply
leaving.
down there. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, so as you guys start poking around in there, we are going to go out into the forest with Merlin and Enigma. Okay, so Merlin, you've gotten the frog out of your throat. Taken a drink of something. Do you want to try again?
Maybe just one more time.
Okay.
And if this one fails, he would want to go a little bit further into the forest, but not too far from the town.
Okay.
Just to see if there are like puppy tracks running around, chewing on sticks,
Okay.
stuff like that. But for now, one more time. Advantage, deception.
Yes. Oh, much
Hey,
better. A
alright.
19. There's a very credible wolf howl out in the woods. It goes out. It's kind of a lonely call out into the late afternoon, early evening. And you stop and you listen. So both of you give me perception checks.
This one normal.
Yes.
Oops.
7. Ooh, 17 for Enigma. So Merlin, you're like, he's like, yeah, I knew I could do that. This is a trait that I have. I can mimic things, and you're caught up in that. Where meanwhile, Enigma's listening and hears the call kind of echo out through the trees, and you can hear there's kind of some scattering of local critters. A couple of crows come out of a tree, and a squirrel turns and ducks around a tree, and no, you don't hear. Oh, wait, there. You hear an answering call. Oh, but that sounds like an adult. And it's way off in the distance.
Not really hearing any pups then.
Mm-mm.
Let's hope the adult didn't mistake it for a mating call.
Wow.
Okay, so now what are you going to do? You're going to go
That's
a
all we can do is
little further into the woods?
Oh. Yeah, and stay within sight of the path, but
Okay.
I guess
So,
for
okay.
like little cubbies where pups might want to hunker down.
Yeah. Both of you
Said,
give me survival checks. Let's do some looking around here. I mean, sure, a puppy's going to go bouncing through the snow. That'd be lots of fun, but they're not going to do that for very long because they're going to get tired, and that would be covered over.
This is not Merlin's day.
You know, I don't think Merrick is the one who should have taken the lucky feet.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Enigma, on the other hand, with that nat 20 there, it's kind of like, okay, so we wouldn't be able to see any tracks in the snow because those would be covered over and indistinguishable from like where snow plopped down from trees. So you're kind of looking underneath the trees where the trees protected the ground, as those would be easier places for puppies to go through. And you actually back up a little bit and you take a look at, okay, there's where the houses, they would be coming out this way. And you see some sort of marks that you weren't that skilled in. I mean, it looks like it might be something like that, and you might want to check with Merlin and find out, point out to Merlin, it's like, are these puppy tracks?
Hey, Merlin, do you know what these are? They look familiar, but not. I don't know what they are.
Merlin would take a look at them.
And yeah, you would agree. This is, yeah, a puppy probably went through here, but these kind of scratch and scrape marks are kind of moving at, would have probably been moving at speed, bustling through. And Enigma, while Merlin is sort of confirming that, you're able to sort of follow the line and find sort of the next clear spot. And yeah, you can see the puppy was making a beeline for somewhere.
Wonder where it was going.
Could something have frightened him?
Could have. That'd be a good reason for it to be running. Unless it heard something else. Maybe another
And
werewolf calling for it.
This direction was not the same one that we took to get to the hunter's camp, right?
No, I
Correct.
think the one
You're on the opposite
is
side
like
of town.
north.
Yeah, so when you went out for the hunter stuff, you were heading kind of up that sort of direction. So you're on the opposite side of town, and I can draw. We can kind of go. Yeah, puppy's going that way.
But we did hear that wolf in the distance. So I wonder if that's where it was going.
I didn't catch what Enigma said. Discord roboted on me.
Oh. Well, I heard a werewolf or a wolf call in the distance, and I wonder if it was going from that direction.
It would have been really hard to tell which direction it came from. I mean, it was very distant. So you guys are going to follow Puppy Trail?
I'm reluctant to go too far without the others.
Okay. So now that you kind of know what are you going to go back or are you going to keep going?
I guess just a little further in, just so.
Do a little bit more investigating, see if there's anything that could have scared it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, you guys are following a little further. Back in the cellar of the Burgomaster's place. All right. So let's see. You have found um, a small crate. One that really caught your attention, Merrick, was a small crate that had this nice padding of soft velvet or similar sort of fabric to protect the sort of baubles inside. And it seems to have, several nice and very shiny things. Um, like a little carved bone statuette of a gazebo and a nice mirror with a nice elaborate painted frame around it and some pretty things like that.
You had
Uh,
me at shiny.
I know I did. I kind of figured I might. So you're busy admiring some of those things. You can go ahead and give me another investigation if you would like.
Yes. Oh, well, maybe now
Had
it's
you at
time
shiny.
to be lucky.
Okay. What does lucky?
So that's just a D20.
Well,
I
that's the
roll.
that's the D20 part of this. Which with this one you rolled a 2. So post your feet. Post your
Oh,
feet so we can see it. Ping to post your feet in chat so that we can see your new feet. Okay. 3 luck points whenever you make an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. So investigation is an ability check. You can spend a luck point to roll an additional D20, and you can after you do, but before the outcome is determined. Well, I didn't tell you what the outcome was on that, so it's not determined.
is this the command? Yes.
Yes, very good. That was a /R space D20. So you can choose. Do you want the 15 or do you want the 2 on your ability check with your -1?
I think I'll use the 15.
Ah, well, in that case, so with a 14, um, you've got several of these crates are full of lavish, oversized clothing, the sorts that a large, important man would wear. And you've got some other crates that have various different types of well, we've got the spirits, and there's personal effects. One very puzzling box has got personal effects from, well, I mean, there's children's dolls, there's keepsakes, there's family crests, there's jewelry, deeds, just a bunch of random stuff that, doesn't seem to really fit. I
Well,
will.
in a hierarchy of importance, Merrick would probably think alcohol, pricey things, family things, and like the importance of the boxes.
Okay. But as you are poking through the family things box with your investigation of 14, there was a large hat box closed with a wide red ribbon that picked up as like, oh, this looks like it might have shinies in it, bright red, pretty colors, might have shinies in it. But when you open it up, it is empty except for a note.
Disappointing. Can I read the note? Is it
A memento of my dearest friend Tatiana, swept off her feet by the handsome Sergei von Zarovich, what seems like so long ago. Unlike this powder box that will eventually succumb to ravages of time, may their love eternally echo throughout the land as one final beacon of something truly beautiful.
bleh.
Not to Merrick's taste.
Merrick is not into the sappy stuff.
Okay.
Well, I guess Merrick would pocket the letter,
Okay.
even though he might even forget about it because he's that
Mhm.
uninterested.
Mhm. All right. Back to the upstairs. All right. Adric and Sigil, where are you looking? There's a dining room. There's we haven't seen an office. We've
So
seen
Sigil didn't find anything. Like I already said, behind the painting and in the fireplace.
Yes, and you didn't find anything in either of those.
Okay.
There's a larder, there's a liquor cabinet, there's a bedroom.
Well, we already know it's a
Very
bad
cool.
house if there's no secret entrance.
I don't know about that.
Actually, remind me. I know I should have this written down. Remind me of your passive perceptions, both Adric and Sigil.
Flat 10.
Okay.
Passive perception is 13.
So, Adric, as you're going through, you notice a faint, like draft or something as you're next to the footlocker in the bedroom. That catches your attention. That seems very odd.
All right, I will investigate that area as well as the footlocker.
Siegel is investigating the clearly the best part of this place, the liquor cabinet.
Yeah. It's a very nice liquor cabinet. It's got some very expensive stuff in it. Okay, so
Not for long.
full of exotic liquors and spices. All right, Adric. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It had some very expensive stuff in it.
Had. Okay. Yeah. Well, it
And
was
then the
not
guards-
locked.
And then the Burgermeister comes back and finds that the guards are drunk.
I mean, it's a great setup.
Yeah.
All right.
Stuff some of it in her backpack.
Okay. Posture check. Okay. We'll do a posture check here in just a second. Let's get through Adric here. So, Adric, you are. Let's see. As you kind of look around, you notice that this footlocker is actually firmly attached because you try to sort of move it, you tried to slide it out of the way a little bit, and it does not slide at all. As you kind of open it up, you discover, and it doesn't have very much in it. And as you kind of look into it, you find there's a trapdoor in the bottom of it.
Okay. I will take the stuff out of it and open the trapdoor.
Okay. So, as you open it, I mean, it's kind of stuck a little bit. It doesn't seem like it has been used much in quite a long time. In fact, give me an athletics check, please. Okay, so it does have some. Put your strength and your weight into it, and you open it up, and it gives kind of a screech. Mirek, above and behind you, you hear kind of a screech of a trapdoor opening up. And Adric, as you kind of look down, there's a cellar down there. You are looking down on some crates.
Excuse you? I was enjoying myself down here.
This is inside of a chest.
This booze is mine. You can't have it. Just
What?
go away.
There's booze down there.
Go away.
Merrick
takes out his quarterstaff and jabs up at the latch.
Don't
so
drink
there's no
too
chance of
much.
going down.
We
No
can't.
promises.
We can't take too much, or we're gonna get found out.
Well, let's hope this cellar isn't being used anytime soon.
I'm not saying don't take any.
And Sigil, as you're taking the last bottle out of the liquor cabinet, you can hear this Adric's side of the conversation.
Yeah, you're not talking to me, right?
What?
Nothing.
I mean, I had like 4 cases of booze, and now I'm down to like a 1.5. I think it's too late.
Well, if we're gonna ransack the place, we need to make it look good.
What's the point in ransacking it then?
I mean, we can't have this coming back to us.
I have never been known for my stealth. Merrick sees a spider down in the cellar, and he sort of just moves closer to the latch and becomes quite a bit more friendly all of a sudden.
So, Adric, what do you make
So
of that?
Adric's gonna look over at Sigil. So we're robbing the place?
Sure. Isn't that what we do?
I mean, you don't gotta tell me twice.
Okay. Just checking so I can go along with the flow.
The
Okay.
richest man in town suddenly became the poorest man in town.
Well, and in that case, some of the things that you gently moved out of that, uh, I mean, there was a blood red stone and a small wolf fur pouch with coins in it, and looks like some sort of clothing made out of cloth of gold. So, I mean, there wasn't much in that chest, and it was easily moved out, but what there was pretty darn valuable.
I guess I will pack it in my backpack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the woods. So, Merlin and Enigma, go ahead and one of you give me an investigation check, and one of you give me a survival check. Or I suppose you could both do both.
Let's see, what's my survival? My survival is a +4, so I'm not proficient.
Yeah, mine's 0.
So even without
Yeah, I
proficiency,
guess-
that's still better.
Yeah. My investigation is only +1. I'm assuming Enigma's is better.
Yeah, mine's a +4.
Okay. I'll handle survival and you take investigation.
Okay.
Okay. Merlin's luck continues. All right. So as you're kind of taking a look, and you're kind of one of you is kind of stepping back, kind of looking at the pattern as you've got these little islands of bare, where under the trees it wasn't completely snowed in. And you've seen some traces, but the traces get kind of fainter as you get further away. And um, and at one point, Merlin, you kind of you hear a rustle of some movement, and you kind of look up, and you realize, and you see a squirrel scolding you. And the squirrel sort of comes down the tree and sort of scuttles off and into the snow and then up, and you see it pop up on the other tree. And you look down and you realize you've been following a squirrel's trail.
Oh no.
That must be a big ass squirrel.
Yeah, that's what I
Well,
was
I mean,
Confused with,
its
puppy-
tail's been sort of
puppy stuff.
roughing up stuff and all this, and so as they sort of move with because they move in sudden little bursts, and that does some of the mussing up. So yeah, you aren't at all sure it's you're following the right thing. And Enigma, as you're sort of standing back and kind of, looking at trying to figure out the pattern of this, you're kind of thinking we might have lost the trail here.
Yeah.
So what are the two of you gonna do?
Yes, after massaging between his eyes for a second, Merlin would say, I believe we should head back to town.
Yeah, I don't have to agree.
Frankly, I am worried about the other 3.
They're fine. They're not going to get up into any sort of mischief.
No, of
There's
course
never-
no
not.
need to be worried. No need to be worried.
All right.
Are those ears burning?
I just felt a sudden shiver down my spine. I think we should hurry.
Something has to be wrong.
Agreed.
Okay, so back at the house, we are all out looting now. How thoroughly are we looting?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, let's see. So there's a well-stocked larder. There's silverware and so forth in the dining room. There's
Anything fun in the larder?
let's see. Is there anything fun in the larder? Nope, it just well-stocked. So there's quite a bit of food. Well-preserved food. Some jars. Now, how much carrying capacity do you guys have here?
I mean,
I mean,
With-
volume-wise in your packs, or are you going to start looking for bags and things to take here?
I'm walking out with my arms completely filled.
I'm satisfied with what I got in the chest.
yeah, I think Sigel's just gonna find something to munch on as we leave, and
Okay.
Merrick is bear hugging every single thing he could. I mean, his backpack is stuffed, but he's bear hugging every single thing he could get his hands on.
hey, Merrick, there's a larder up here.
This is too late. I mean, look at me.
All right.
Actually, some pretty good salted pork in here.
I can't lift my finger. I have like six wine flasks around my fingers. What am I'm stuck.
So where are you guys going with your arms full of stuff? Are you gonna head back to the Hare and Hare?
We should probably go find somewhere outside of town.
So,
But
Sigil, can I have one of those bottles of alcohol, please?
still hand him one of the cheap things.
Okay.
Probably go off this way.
Towards the cliff?
Sort through what we got.
Okay.
Yeah, Merrick needs to put some of the stuff down before he destroys it all.
Is the hearth lit?
No, it was not.
Okay. Before we leave the house, I'm gonna light the hearth.
Okay.
Are we
And-
talking arson or?
Yeah, I'm gonna cover our tracks with a fire.
Because
Cool.
I mean, the
Oh.
basement was made out of wood, so if we started it down there, it would spread.
That's
The
what
basement was very it was very thin wood layer, I remember. So it would probably tumble down the whole house.
Okay, so you're just intensifying.
Poor Merlin.
I don't know. This is sounds like it's gonna start getting warm in here. So, okay, so you're lighting the hearth. Are you actually attempting to burn this place?
I feel like I gotta.
Something about the guards.
I feel they're not here.
No, but they'll definitely snitch.
They're gonna do that anyway because of all the stuff we've taken. I feel like we're burning some bridges, quite literally here.
Yeah, we've dug a deep hole and we've kind of buried ourselves in it.
Okay. Okay. So how thoroughly are you going to torch the place?
I did not expect to be torching a house today.
Wow.
I thought I was gonna get a job.
Weirdly
You have a
enough,
good one.
I
So-
was expecting to torch a house today.
Peeps at home, do not try this at home unless you're role playing in a game, and then it's fine. But don't do it in real life.
I'm gonna do what I can to get this fire to travel from the hearth down to the cellar without catching myself in the middle of it.
Okay. Are you proficient in pyromancy?
Nope.
Okay. All right.
But I do have a torch.
All right.
I breathe fire, so
Hi, Bison. All right, so we're gonna take a momentary break here because we have a posture check that Amy did. So we're going to take care of our physical selves while we're playing. We're gonna start by stretching up to the ceiling and sweep down and back. Quiet night for once. And tilt to the side. Get some good length in your side. Reach for the ceiling and the floor. And tilt the other side. And twist. Oh, come on, you guys. I don't feel like you're actually tending to your physical needs here. Y'all seem like you're typing and
That's
look
pretty loud.
and look
Laughter's
away
the
from your
greatest medicine.
monitors and bend. Get your middle back. This will make you more comfortable. We've been sitting here for almost an hour and a half, so. And drink. Laughter is exercise. Works the diaphragm. Well, you're not wrong there, Bison. Yes. Do you have proficiency in pyromancy? No, I have a torch and malice. Okay. Yes. Okay,
We said
so.
nothing about malice intent. This could be an accidental arson.
Accident my ass.
I also think arson kind of has something to do with intent, so maybe it's kind of a wavy argument.
All
Wouldn't
right.
hold up.
Yep. So for those who are just joining us here, we checked out the rope at Grigori's place, the Hare and Hare, and determined that it had been chewed off. No, Your Honor, the Molotov cocktail just flew from my hand unbidden. Oh, I think Bison's
know
fully
how
on
that
board
works
here
there.
with this. All right.
It
so,
jumped out of my hand and rolled across the floor.
So Merlin and Enigma headed kind of out of town and were trying to find. They did find what they thought were puppy traces, and underneath trees where it was there. But after a while, they might have started out following puppy, but they were ending up following squirrel, which wasn't at all what they wanted. So they're heading back. Siegel was gonna try and get hired on as a guard at the burgomaster's place. They got there. The guard said, "Well, you're gonna have to come back when the burgomaster's home because he's not home right now." They bribed the guards to go to the tavern, and they broke open the cellar and broke open the front door, both of which kind of obviously so. And they went in and, okay, so about the time people found liquor, they started actually stealing stuff. And now we're setting a fire to cover our tracks because that's not at all. Because that's the subtlest
like
thing
to
we
say-
can do.
In my defense,
Oh.
it's not my fault that he had liquor lying around. I think he should take some accountability.
Okay, and so those three headed off into the woods over by there to sort of take stock of what they have. And so that's where we are now.
Yeah, there's a theme song that should be playing for this heist, and it's Yakety Sax.
Do I need to roll anything to light this fire?
What? Let's see. Survival, I guess.
Okay.
Hey, well,
Well,
does
Billy
anybody
Joel?
else? Does anybody have any better ideas?
No, wait, Billy Joel was
Performance.
we're trying to tell people we didn't start the fire.
So we could try for some deception if you're gonna try and make it look like an accident, or we could. I think survival's gonna kind of cover it up. I think survival's gonna kind of cover it. So, give me is anyone helping Adric with this because Adric has been rolling just great today.
I think we all need help with this one.
Merrick is quite busy.
Merrick is
With
quite
all his
busy.
things.
Yeah, okay. Can I roll with advantage for Adric helping me?
You can roll an advantage for Adric. If Adric says, I think we should do this, you can tell Adric the plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're making this look a bit accidental, like the guards got drunk and then or the guards decided they were bored and broke into the house and
I'm glad you rolled that because I have a -1 to survival.
Oh,
I rolled the 7.
Oh,
But yeah, just make it look like the guards, got bored, broke into the house a bit, got into the liquor cabinet, and one thing led to another. Fire got out of hand, and
could
They-
explain
should-
why they went down to the tavern.
yeah, they
We
set
should
it
start a
up.
rumor that they are very unhappy being in the cold.
That's
They're
not a
really
rumor,
on the
that's
brink
true.
of doing something stupid.
Okay.
You know?
So
Yeah,
you
we can
guys.
definitely ask them. This is for selling a story with the fire.
Okay. So we've got the fire going to sort of mislead, like an accidental sort of thing done by drunk guards.
Yep.
We're going out and checking the loot. It's going to take a little bit for that fire to get going. So, Merlin and
We're gonna go out
Enigma.
through the cellar.
Say that again, please, Amy.
We're going out through the cellar.
Going out through the cellar. Okay, going out through the cellar and around off into the woods. Okay. Enigma and Merlin, where are you going? Covering tracks instead of burning them down. Yeah, that's just a thought. Okay, yeah, Merlin and Enigma, you're coming back to the village. You're coming just into the village. You're right by the Hare and Hare. What are you gonna do? Where are you going?
do you smell smoke?
I mean, smoke would be commonplace because people are using firewood for their hearths, right?
Yeah,
So
but
Yes,
that
it would,
wouldn't-
and it's probably not very, because I mean the walls are pretty well built, so it's gonna be a little bit before it becomes terribly obvious on the other side of the village.
Yeah, and
until we see the
guards
bright
will be
light
back
in it.
by the-
What was that,
the
Enigma?
guards will be back by the time the fire actually gets out of hand. And yeah.
Until we see the bright light in the distance.
You do know that they were planning to go to the burgomaster's place.
Uh,
I guess seeing that they're not at the Hare and Hare or in the Seven Tables, we could head over to the Burgomaster's.
Yeah, you do see some guards at the Seven Tables. I don't know if you would take note of them.
Probably
Probably.
because they're not like the townsfolk who are like farmers and whatever. So
Yeah, I mean they look kind of beefy, and they are actually wearing weapons and stuff, which is a little unusual.
they're not looking like adventurers who would
No,
like carry tents and shit.
no.
So they would have to come from somewhere, and that somewhere would have to be
Yep.
the Burgomasters.
And right at the moment
Or
they're kind of tipsy, and they're starting in some good old songs going. Okay,
maybe
so
better.
timing wise, Adrix, that's not going to quite happen yet. Okay, so you've poked in at the Hare and Hare, they're not there. You've poked in at the Seven Tables, they're not there, but you can see some guards are there.
Hmm.
So,
Head down the street to the Burgomasters.
Yeah.
okay, so what have Adric, Merrick, and Sigil? So are you going to leave your things in the woods?
Sort through what's like what we can easily hide, or conceal in town, and
bury it in the snow.
like bury what we can't easily conceal it in the snow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Mirik is digging like a dog with his fists.
Okay. Okay. And you've got that kind of in place, and you double check. Give me a deception. Somebody give me a deception. Let's see how well we've got that camouflaged.
I don't have the best deception.
I do. I assume assist. So.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
22. Nice, nice. You got it. So you got it backed out, and you even get a tree branch to kind of sweep clear the tracks as you guys back away from it. And as you turn and look, okay, you're starting to see flickers you can see flickers in the windows and all at the burgomaster's house. So Adric, does that cue you to go running down the main street?
Yep. I'm gonna go get help. The house is on fire. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, the house is on fire.
So Adric is starting to run down the main street, headed towards the town square. About this time, Merlin and Enigma are coming up the street. So you guys see Adric running towards you, yelling about fire.
What did you all do?
Nothing.
Hurry, you got it. This is a bit of a hurry. Adric's running as fast as his short little legs will go.
Fix
Why
that.
would you always assume it's us?
The burgomaster's house is on fire. We need to go help put it out. Go get the guards.
Speaking of guards, I thought he had some.
They're apparently not there.
I've heard they're very, very lazy.
I mean, you get what you pay for. If he's like the employers I had back in plan. Ugh.
Okay, so Adric's shouts are starting to get some people looking out of their doors. There is a well here in the village center area.
Quick, grab a bucket chain.
Bucket Brigade, let's go.
Okay, so you guys are starting that. Is anybody going to run down to the 7 tables to get the guards?
Yeah, I think Merrick will.
Not us. Not the two of us that went to the front door, at least.
Oh yeah, that's true. And I bribed them, so that's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Before trying to start a Bucket Brigade, Merlin did an insight check on the 3 party members. Quick glance, would I be able to tell that some they got up to some shit?
Absolutely. So, let's see here. If any of you are any of you going to try and deceive Merlin? If so, give me a deception check.
I mean, we kind of are, yeah.
Adric's not very
Merrick-
solid.
Merrick
So-
is giving a very devious smirk while he's saying, "I definitely didn't have anything to do with that. I swear."
Like,
Siggle's giving a pretty
don't-
darn passable. It's like, I don't know anything about this.
I say Sigil heads the group.
Yeah,
Okay.
but Merlin doesn't trust Sigil at all, so
And given the expressions on the other two. Okay, we're starting a Bucket Brigade. Ooh, Sharkana, you fixed your Minecraft issue. Yay! Alrighty. So, we're starting a Bucket Brigade. And we're starting to get a bunch of people out. And more of the villagers are coming out to start the Bucket Brigade. And, you know, who's organizing this?
Would the villagers support the Bucket Brigade? I feel like they have a lot of ill sentiment towards the burgomaster.
Yeah, but it's a town in the Middle Ages. It gets spread.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Yeah.
Good point.
They might
Mm.
show a little. They might show some reluctance. They might show some snickering. They might show some stuff. Actually, in the bucket line, some of the chatter, because these villagers chatter, and they're of course very reliable. You know, they're talking about all of the things that you know they've had given the burgomaster in order to cover their taxes and all. Where do you suppose he stored? You don't suppose he stored it in there, do you? And when somebody says
of course
that,
he did.
probably did. And suddenly the Bucket Brigade is a lot more anxious to get that fire put out. And we've got water going. And someone's thinking to gather up snow and try and take snow in. And they go to bust their way in the front door to dump snow inside. And we've got a nice big panic going on around trying to put out the fire.
Probably
Merrick-
easy to get to that door since it was already broke.
Yeah. Merrick is standing between 2 other people in the Bucket Brigade, like turning from side to side as another bucket is passed, saying something along the lines of, "Isn't it weird that the guards are getting drunk while the house is ablaze? That's such a weird coincidence."
And right about now, we get a shout as the guards are coming up, and the look of horror dawning on their faces, going, "Oh shit. Yeah. Let's see. And so of the 4 of them, let me see. Okay. 2 of them definitely dig right in and are getting into the bucket brigade, and one of them even starts taking kind of a leadership leadership there, and getting people to go, and the other one's, yeah, we got to get this thing out. One of them's kind of reluctant and looks kind of terrified, and oh my god, where am I going to be in so much trouble? But he participates, and one just flat out flees.
Wow.
Let's
The-
be real. The last one is the most sane one.
The-
That is the clever decision.
The one that's kind of taking charge is standing next to Adric as he's handing a bucket to him.
Just hides his face, covers it with a bucket.
So he's gonna give you kind of a look. Oh, actually, I have a stat block for these guys. He's gonna give you a look.
Oops.
Oh wow.
Oh,
With an insight check.
I don't know what happened, man.
And he doesn't really say anything there, but if he gets a chance to lean over, it's kind of like, "What did you do?"
Nothing, and I hand him a gold piece in the bucket.
It's
I
like,
think we're beyond gold pieces.
you're gonna help make this right. I bet we're working on putting out the fire.
I hand him another gold piece.
Okay, but we're putting out the fire. So I think it's gonna take a good hour and a half or 2 hours. So night is kind of falling.
Yeah,
Night is starting to fall at all, but this end is still kind of lit up. The fire was inside. Yeah, we got all sorts of. Yep, wasn't me that way. All right, so after some time, the fire is starting to get put out, and there's one of the guards is in kind of testing, making sure there aren't any embers. It looks like there's a lot of damage to the furnishings, but it looks like the place didn't burn enough for the whole thing to collapse, so it's probably restorable. This train is so derailed. Yeah. And now the villagers are kind of okay, so the burgomaster's away. He's gonna blame all of us. He's gonna charge all of us extra taxes to pay for this. What are we going to do?
any trees around here near decorating?
Merlin doesn't know stuff was stolen. Any what's need redecorating?
Trees.
Trees need redecorating?
She's suggesting, some Burgermeister-shaped decorations, or at least one when he comes back.
When is he expected back?
Yeah, that's the question we should have asked.
Well, you did ask the guards, and the guards didn't know, or at least said they didn't
Yeah.
know.
Let's be honest, though. We've taken the corrupt master of a town and put him down to the commoner's level. This seems like a win-win.
Oops. I put a space where I wasn't supposed to. All right, so we're going to have... word starts whispering through. It sort of starts rumbling through. It's like, hey, this is our stuff down here. Enigma could have put out easier, but it was probably better to let it burn. There's some of our stuff down here.
Is it the stuff he stole from you, or?
Well, taxed from us. Do you suppose he kept records? Maybe we just quietly
I was looking for a ledger. I mean, I haven't seen anything.
Uh,
um,
I think I saw a paper flying through the air. Unrelated.
Well, I don't know about you, but I want my deed back. And it's like, is it around here somewhere? And so there, several people start going through. And once a couple of people start going through things down there, there's a bunch of people down there going through things.
The
Oh.
Lakers mine.
Well, what the-
Merrick is joining in the rumble.
Okay. Um.
I look at the guard and say, dude, you probably need to go find a new job.
Yeah. Somewhere else. Maybe Count Von Strad needs some cars. I'm not going to get a recommendation, though, am I?
Yeah, I think the reputation's gone, buddy.
Do you have something the burgomaster has written?
Has written?
Yeah.
No.
Are we falsifying a letter of recommendation for the car
Yep.
we screwed over?
Yep. Anybody got anything that written by the Burgermeister?
My
No,
letter
I
was
don't.
to
Does
the
he
Burgermeister.
doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't give us any receipts or anything.
Does the Burgermeister know how to write?
How does he document all of his taxes that he takes?
His thugs just come and say, "Give it to us," and we give it to them. And at that, the guard next to you kind of fades back out of the way.
Now I understand why these people are so easy to take advantage of.
Okay, so who is where in all of this? I know Merrick's down in the cellar.
Siegel's probably down there in the cellar with the townspeople, looting with them.
Okay.
Merrick's also got some heart, so he is kind of helping the villagers save some of their items.
And if they say things that they know they're looking for, oh, I think that's over there in this box. I saw that over there in that box. Directing people.
It's weird. I just have a sense that it's over in that box that no one's touched yet. It's I don't know.
Uh-huh. Is this a active or passive? Okay. So if people are sort of looking through things here, I would need an investigation check at disadvantage.
Oh.
Disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Well,
Oh,
I might have to use some luck. Investigation. Well.
Okay, well, you had it at advantage, so that's a 13 for Sigil and an 11 for Merrick. Okay, so Sigil, you're gonna notice some rustling of black feathers just out of the corner of your eye as you turn and look, but you don't actually see what it was.
Oh no. All
right. Merlin is standing outside, waiting for a moment to speak quietly. Okay, so where is Adric?
Adric is probably outside, kind of with the guard and making sure that nobody hurts themselves as they're going down into the cellar.
Okay, so Merlin, there's Adric. He's got a guard standing next to him with a knowing look on his face. I mean, yeah, the guard.
I feel like it's weird. We started as these agents of chaos, and now we're kind of like vigilantes helping the villagers. This is taking a weird turn.
Welcome to D&D.
Adric, what did you do?
It wasn't planned. We were just looking around. Things got out of hand. I think it's taken care of, though.
We are not even from this place, and yet we are tampering.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this either. But I didn't see a lot of choice in the matter. We had to cover our tracks. Besides, I
Things-
think we helped out the town. I don't
Ow.
know what the burgomaster's going to do when he gets back. Well, but probably cross that bridge when it happens. But everybody's getting their stuff back.
To be fair, it doesn't seem like the villagers are getting much out of the taxes they're paying.
Yeah.
Sigil, where are
I don't
you?
see any local
Oh,
hospitals.
you're in the cellar, right?
Yeah.
Enigma, where are you?
I'm gonna be standing outside. I don't want much to do with this.
So
Okay.
he's with me and Adric and
Uh-huh.
this guard.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So as we're taking stock, um, one of the villagers comes a man sort of helping a woman that's sort of cradling her arm, looking like she's kind of hurt. And there's a couple of other people that seem to have some burns on their hand, minor burns on their hands and stuff. And you're hearing some talk about, we should probably go to the hospice and get some of this fixed up. And it's like, yeah, but is Clovia back? I don't know if she's back. Well, even if she's not back, and I have forgotten the name of the person. How can I forget the name of this person? Serena, I think. Oh, I'm sorry, peeps. Let's see here. I'm pretty sure her name was Serena. I can't find her name easily. I'm pretty sure it's Serena. Serena or Selena or something like that. Anyways, I shall fix it later. But even if Glovia's not there, Serena might be there, and she can at least do some basic first aid. We should probably head kind of that way, and they start sort of moving kind of off as they're trudging down the street.
Sigil, we might need some first aid up here.
Okay, she'll come check it out, and she might be able to help.
Sorina was her name. I found it.
What was that? Oh, there we go. Thank you.
Was the name. Yep. So, okay, Adric called to Sigil. What does Sigil do with that?
She'll come out and investigate and try and figure out what he expects out of her, aside from, I guess, play on hands, but
Edric will help
Yes.
bandage up people if need be.
So are you going to stop them and offer to bandage them here, or are you going to follow them to the hospice?
We'll do it here before they leave.
Oh, okay. So you actually approach one of them?
Yeah.
I guess Merlin would do a healing word on one or two of the worst hurt.
Okay. The woman with the cradled arm is probably the worst. The ones with burns, they're putting them in the snow, and Adric looking at them. Give me a medicine check, Adric. Oh, you are just roll. Oh wait, no. That was Merlin's is doing healing word. Okay. Oh, hey, this one you got down. Okay. Adric is doing some light wrapping around them with some cloths that'll probably hold them over. So yeah, that'll take care of the woman's arm. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Are you going to start working at the hospice?
I'm thinking I probably should. Despite not being from here, perhaps until I can return home, that may be the best course of action for me.
Well, I can take you down. We can go over there and see. I mean Glovia I know has been away. I don't know if she's back yet or not, but she's been coaching. Serena's been helping her, and Serena can possibly help. Can possibly do things. Maybe you could give her some pointers. Oh, and he also seems like he's doing really well too. We'd be ever so grateful.
Yes, start gathering up people that are hurt and start heading to the hospice.
Sure. I'm good with that.
Alrighty. So the hospice is a squad, and Enigma. Since you're there with the two of them, you're gonna head that way too.
Yeah.
Okay. So the hospice is a squat brick building with a high peaked roof. And as you kind of come up, there's a young girl, well, maybe mid-teens or so, comes out, and a couple of other people had been there ahead of it too, and so she was kind of on the watch for more people. Go, oh, more coming! Come on in. We don't have a lot of space. There seem to be a fair number of injuries, but we can kind of try and help out with this. And she kind of and the girl is kind of directing people to go, and she's kind of looking at, okay, how badly hurt are you? And she's coming up to Adric and Merlin. And it's like, okay, and where are you hurt?
Oh, we're just
We are
helping them.
In the head.
Yes,
Oh,
we
oh,
would
thank
like
you.
to assist.
We're kind of running out of sitting places here. Looking in there as you come in, you can kind of see there's four sort of beds areas and a few chairs, and but the villagers seem to kind of know this, and so there's a couple of people in there that are modestly hurt.
All enough to leave and go recover at home.
Yes, the others that are well enough, it's like, okay, they're busy, and it seems like the young girl is in charge, and you're seeing sort of people look around and not seeing Glovia. It's kind of like, well, this might be able to wait and all. So there are a couple people there with one person's got some a little more severe burns along their shoulder.
Yes, Merlin would be feeling wording that too.
Okay.
Healing word. Level 1.
Ooh, wow. Commoners only have like 4 hit points, so yeah, we're definitely spreading the healing around, and people are just looking at you. It's like, wow. Are you going to stay? Please tell us you're going to stay.
Eagle can help with some lay on hands. Since she was summoned and probably would have been following for this.
Yep, yep.
She has 20 points of lay on hands to distribute.
And so the people that are here are just, speaking of the 3 of you. Oh, and Enigma's there too. The 4 of you in just glowing terms. Oh, these strangers in town are just so nice and so helpful. I mean, they healed me.
If
So
only they knew.
Merrick, where are you?
I'm still in the basement.
You're still
helping,
directing, helping people
the
recover their
commoners.
things. Yes. Okay.
Usually it's the rogue we have to worry about with the loot.
So
I am
yeah.
basically a rogue at this point.
I just remembered I have this. So I could, if I have 10 minutes, I could heal up to 6 people.
You easily
one
have
spell.
you easily have 10 minutes.
Okay,
All
as
right.
long as there's like 6 villagers in here, I'll be helping them.
Yeah, amongst all of this, we managed to get people pretty well taken care of. And the mood over at the hospice is pretty positive and pretty light. The mood at the manor is satisfied, I
It's
think, as Merrick has helped people find things that were precious to them that they had given, and there's a little bit of ruefulness. I'm probably gonna have to pay it in taxes again, but at least I'll have it for a while. And people are starting to um, disperse. And at this point, it's well after dark. So what are you gonna do, Merrick?
I'll probably look around oblivious because I didn't realize I got left behind. Uh, and I would probably go and take stock of the things we hid outside the burgomaster's residence.
Okay.
I don't know if maybe a Sigil would also head there.
Eventually, like she's a little busy with the whole roped into healing people thing.
And let's say, I mean, there's quite the talk of stuff about, talk about the fire and talk about all the things that the burgomaster had that had been people's and talk about, people are all sorts of chattering about things. Um, there doesn't seem to be any particular anger, a little bit of fear as to what he's going to do when he gets back, but it's mostly just the talk of the town.
Do people know where he went? Or actually where he went and where Glovia went?
So, do
Um,
you ask that of the girl who, of Serena here at the hospice?
Yeah, he would want to know where Glovia went because she seems to have been gone for a while.
Well, she went to visit family. I mean, honestly, I kind of expected her back by about now, but I mean, there was blizzard and stuff, and she could well have been delayed. But yeah, she should be back almost any time, I think. Why do you need her? Well, I mean, yeah, obviously, so yeah, she runs the hospice here. I mean, you've heard her name around a lot, and she's ever so good with anatomy and things. Um, a real thing. I'm learning as much as I can from her.
Well, since those hunters were late as well, forgive me for being a worrywart.
Yeah, I think I heard a couple of um. I heard I forgot the family name. The the family that runs the seven tables, I heard something about their son is late coming back from a trip too. It's
That's
just
fun.
I mean travel's hard with these blizzards that have come up. I mean this is going to be a hard winter and we haven't seen the Vistani yet. I hope the Vistani come soon to do the trading. Although what we're going to do after that, I really don't know what we're going to do for next year. Adric, the pattern here, the pattern, the attitude towards the party here in the hospice is absolutely wonderful. These people love you. They think you guys are wonderful. You're here, you're healing them, all sorts of stuff. Um, Mirik is in the cellar is being quite helpful with people and as they're saying they're looking for things and he's helping and even sometimes making a show of digging to help people find their things and so he's getting some gratitude and other than that kind of nondescript stuff. So except for the guards, you guys are actually doing pretty well in the reputation front.
The victor writes history, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be AFK for a minute. My father's calling me.
Okay. So as the night falls and as things start quieting down, Merrick, you're heading out towards the loot that you had. It's very cold and that's kind of safe under the snow, and you're probably not too sure that you want to draw attention to it.
Then I would head back to where I presume the group would be, back at the inn that we were staying at.
Okay. You've been staying with Grigori at the Hare and Hare. You've been
Yeah.
getting meals at the Seven Tables.
Yeah, I would head to the Hare and Hare.
Okay. And how about
if
the
anyone else was.
how about the rest of you? Enigma and Merrick, you're Merrick. Enigma and Merlin and Sigil.
I guess getting some dinner at the 7 tables before heading to bed.
Okay.
Merrick
And,
is stuffed, but not from the food.
how much would it cost for a meal?
Things are kind of chaotic here. A silver would pay for the whole table around you, which probably includes a couple of villagers.
That would
Probably
help her.
will
I'll
pay.
pay for it.
Even more.
And there's all sorts
Huh?
of chattering. Huh? I heard a bunch of people speak up.
I said I'll
Merlin
pay
is
for it.
being a silver.
Okay.
Sorry, Enigma.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry about
Go ahead,
You go ahead.
Enigma. No, Enigma, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I'd pay for it.
Okay.
Oh.
So Enigma passes a coin to the tavern keeper there at the 7 tables, who's very greatly. They're kind of hassled and all. They did not go out to help with the fire, but a lot of people came here afterwards, and there's all sorts of gossip and all sorts of talk about the fire, and the place is quite hopping before the stuff goes kind of down. And this is actually a pretty good place to stop for tonight. Is there anything else anyone wants to do before we call it a night, both in real life and in the game, and we can pick up next time?
I am curious
Mm-hmm.
as to how well my propaganda about the guards has landed with the villagers of the town.
Okay.
Are they seeing the guards as the enemy?
Give me a persuasion check. Let's
Okay.
see how persuasive you have been on. Oh, whoa! Okay. So, Mirek in the bucket line started a whisper campaign about the guards. So, listening to the chatter at the 7 tables, we are hearing there is speculation. How did the fire start? And it's like, well, not that long before, earlier this evening, the guards the guards from there were here, and they were getting pretty drunk, and I did see them there later. But do you suppose that would had anything to do with it? It's like, well, as cold as it's been out there, and as cheaply as they're probably paid, I wouldn't put it past them, and I'm not sure I would blame them. And there is some speculation about that. It doesn't seem like outright blame, but that is
Discontent.
definitely in the mix of the gossip. Yes.
Cool. We're just shadowing our blame within the well, conspicuous nature of the guards.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
we can hide our part of the
Right in plain
happenings.
sight.
Yes.
Adric, anything further for you? It's kind of like the group is at the 7 tables getting some dinner before heading back to Grigori's for the night.
Just every once in a while, if somebody asks me what I think of the fire, I'll probably just say, well, I think it was probably just an accident. The guards stepped off for supper or something, and trying to keep the house warm, even though the burgomaster's gone, and maybe just some got knocked over or something. Probably just an accident.
Okay, give me a persuasion check, and let's see how well your version spreads through. I'll get on shield us from stupidity. Okay, Okay, so the accident theory is definitely going through the village, and the whisper campaign is, guards, accident, we don't know. What are we going to do when he gets we don't know when he's going to get back. It's like, well, I got my things back, and some of them, it's like, I'm going to bury it away so that they can't just get it back in taxes. Well, but, what else do we have to pay taxes kind of thing? I don't know. And there's a lot of rumblings with that. And with that, we're going to drop the curtain tonight on the village of Erasto.
Wow.
What a wonderful game. So, before we break up,
As much of a shit show as that was, I do have to wonder why the burgomaster is collecting all these taxes. I mean, yeah, it could just be like dragon hoarding tendency, but like the taxes are collected for a reason.
Today's like this.
They,
yeah, generally. And a
Normally
lot of it,
taxes-
there was a fair amount of wealth both in the number of things that were in the cellar and in the things that were in the house. So some of it's clearly going to that. But yeah, that's a good line of inquiry to add. Does anyone, so most of you continued with your level up to level 4 right, we got started with it at the end of last session. And I probably should have asked at the beginning of this session. Does anybody have any questions about their level up? Anything else, or do you want to? Also, I would invite you to share what some of your new features are.
keep forgetting to do it, but the aid spell that I got like a level back, I keep forgetting to
Why did that double post?
ask if people want me to cast that in the morning or save it for like noontime so the bonus HP stays till bedtime.
Ooh, our mighty dragon here. To make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah,
Or for fear.
Yeah.
Nice. So when Sigil gets angry, she can be really angry. All right, and aid. Your spell bolsters your allies with toughness and resolve. Choose up to 3 creatures within range, and each of them, their hit point maximum and current hit points increases by 5 for the duration. So what that means is when you get temporary hit points, target maximum and current hit points. So when you do this isn't temporary hit points, but so if you're already at your max hit points, this gives you 5 more hit points. And one of the things, let's talk about a way to track that in the in your, where do I have the party here? In your sheet, player characters. Here we go. So for example, I will use, let's see, Enigma's sheet is here. So when you do that, one of the things that I tend to do when we've got a temporary boost to your maximum hit points, for example, is where it says hit point maximum, I would, instead of just adding the number there, I would actually put a +5 to show, so that it's easy to remember what were my maximum hit points beforehand. So take a look at your sheets and see if that you can figure out how to do that. Enigma, I've just done that on yours. And so you could make your current hit points, would be like 27 to be with the 22 plus 5. And at low levels, that +5 in hit points to everybody is really a big deal.
The thing that differentiates this from temporary hit points is like if you ever played Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, you can get these little yellow hearts added onto your heart meter, and those will get taken off first when you take damage.
Yes.
And you cannot heal them up.
Yes.
Unlike that,
this,
you can heal up.
Yes. This you could heal if you could heal up to that with the temporary too. Okay.
Yes.
And Deco did ASI with wisdom. Ooh, nice. Okay, and Adric took a feat of skill expert. Honed proficiency with particular skills. Good. Yep, Merrick took the lucky, and we saw you use that tonight. That was wonderful.
I got both of those on
Worth
my
it too.
other Sunday character.
where's the two? Which? Tom, I missed what you were saying.
Oh, I said it was worth it.
Oh, yes. Yes,
When
that
I
was a
used
good
it.
choice. That was a good choice.
I now have +7 to my stealth.
Aha! So if that last adventure comes back to bite you, you'll be able to sneak out of town.
Seagull has a stealth score, which is unusual for a paladin.
Yeah, given that you've got your clankety armor.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do need to improve my wisdom though, because right now my wisdom is a 9.
So that gives you a -1 on it. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
My intelligence is an 8. Oh yeah, the seagull has no.
Any questions on any of the mechanics or any of the things that have come up so far? We've had a couple games now where we've largely just played, which has been really cool.
Trying not to burn any more houses down.
Yeah, Merlin's gonna
Absolutely no
disown you all
promises.
if you.
Okay then. Well, I will go ahead and say goodnight to stream. Thank you so much for watching. And let me get the Dirty 20 Gaming info back out. So Dirty 20 Gaming, I know we're not on their channel because we overlap with one of the other games. We have so many games going that we tend to overlap. But we're doing this as part of the Dirty 20 Gaming community, which is one of the most supportive communities on the internet. Wonderful place to be. Wonderful supportive place to be. And yeah, so check us out there. Check us out. We will be peeps, we will be off next week because I will be out of town. But then we hopefully will be back the week after that. And so until next time, I want to thank the people who are watching here. If people are watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Please leave a like. Please comment. Please comment. Deku, join Deku. Deku's been commenting. Please join her and comment with that too.
I'm
Um,
so lonely.
yes, she's so she needs more people commenting. And until next time, please be nice to each other.
Good
No
night.
burning down houses.
No burning down houses.
Or loading.